5 weeks into the Iran war, and President Trump is already asking for even more military funding, like a whole lot more. This week, the White House requested $1.5 trillion for defense in the 2027 fiscal year. If approved, it would set military spending at the highest level in modern history. And how does Trump sell this historic defense spending to the American public? By telling Americans about all of the safety net services they will lose because of it.
We can't take care of daycare. We're a big country. We have 50 states. We have all these other people. We're fighting wars. We can't take care of daycare. It's not possible for us to take care of daycare. Medicaid, Medicare, all these individual things, they can do it on a state basis. You can't do it on a federal. We have to take care of one thing, military protection.
Take that reasoning, coupled with surging prices, dismal polling, and repeated dismissals of American concerns about the economy, and you kind of have to wonder, is Trump trying to lose the midterms for Republicans? To be clear, I'm not saying he is, but if he were, would he be doing anything differently from what he is doing now? Joining us now to answer that question is Caleb Silver, Chief Business Editor at People Inc. and Editor-in-Chief at Investopedia. Caleb, thanks so much for joining us. So help me understand the political wisdom of any of the choices that this administration is making on tariffs, on the war, on lots of different measures that are increasing the cost of living exactly at the time that we have an affordability election.
Yeah, well, if the economy is the most important issue on voters' minds, affordability is the number one of those issues at the top of the list there, and affordability has gone the opposite direction in the past 15 or so months. Start with tariffs, which brought up the prices of just about everything, and then you add this war, which doesn't seem to have a resolution, and you're seeing not just higher oil prices and higher gas prices. That gets people's attention, and that makes people mad. But now you're seeing it bleeding through the supply chain to where you have higher prices for everything from fertilizer to rice to medical goods that we get through that supply chain. So everything is going to get a little bit more expensive. So if people really care about the economy and about paying less for the everyday things, they're not seeing it right now with this administration. They're probably not going to see it over the next 6 months.
And you mentioned the additional costs of things like drugs. Meanwhile, the president just announced a 100% tariff on brand name pharmaceuticals that are coming into the United States in a bid to try to get more manufacturing of pharma to come here. Again, I do not understand how anyone in the White House believes that this is playing to the administration's strength when people are mad about prices.
Well, because cutting drug prices, that was supposed to be his only feather in the cap this election season, his Trump Inc. and the drugs. And now, to your point, it seems like this is just so self-defeating.
Yeah, Trump RX was actually cutting some prices, and there were some moves that were made that would make things more potentially affordable, or at least put some money in people's pockets. The big, beautiful tax bill, for one, the no taxes on tips, the no taxes on Social Security. It impacts a few people. That said, those are moves in the right direction. Every other move has made prices even higher for just about everything we pay for. And now you're looking at health care and those health care premiums, which Congress didn't vote to extend, at least to help people with the Affordable Care Act stuff. Now you're looking at higher health prices next year, in addition to higher everything else prices.
It's really interesting. New polling shows that 53% of voters believe the economy was better under Biden versus 47% who think it's better under Trump. Yeah, I mean, well, it's so interesting because, I remember day in and day out during the Biden administration, it was like every morning on the news, it was like egg prices, egg prices. When will egg prices go down? We talk about it, especially on this network. We do our job on it. But I'm not seeing that same,
No press conference with groceries? Remember Trump and the groceries?
Yes.
They tell me these are called groceries.
Who could forget?
It's an old-fashioned term.
Yeah, well, you've seen grocery prices rise, but during the Biden administration, they may have liked it a little bit better, but it was a lot more boring. This is very unpredictable and uncertain.
Well, this is self-inflicted, no? I mean, you could say that the difference between one and the other is that one was as a result of either global policies or economic situations, and the other was Donald Trump largely starting a tariff war that caused these goods to go up, largely starting an Iran war that caused oil prices to go up and has a knockoff effect on all these other things like pharmaceuticals and fertilizer and what have you, no?
Yeah, but it's part of the broader plan here.
Yeah.
If you looked at the foreign policy plan of this administration going in, there's a very clear through line for what's happening in Venezuela, what's happening in Iran, and that is to control oil around the world for national security purposes. It may cost us a lot as Americans, whether it's costing us because we're paying higher goods or now we're starting to see that impact through the stock market. But I think if you look around the world, it's a lot worse. So maybe that's part of the plan, too. Make it worse for everybody else. Put the U.S. Put U.S. consumers through this now.
Logic one more time.
Yeah, let's go. I got to understand. Okay, go back and explain that to me, because you're saying he launched this war to control Iran's oil, but in doing so, driving up oil prices to some countries that are now literally turning off businesses at 8 o'clock in Egypt, for example. Businesses go dark at 8 p.m. to save electricity. And you're saying that was part of his plan? That's part of his strategy?
Potentially, because the U.S. can withstand it. We're less energy reliant than we used to be. That said, higher prices and higher prices at the pump, those get on everybody's nerves. But if you're going to get this sustained oil prices between $120 and $130 a barrel, you're talking about stagflation, potentially recession. That's going to get people.
I think it's too smart. I think you're giving him way too much credit.
Too clever. Too clever by more than half.
Because it really might be just that the policies are that stupid.
Yeah.
And they do not make sense. And he is not reading the room in the way that he normally has messaging political judgment. And he just doesn't seem to care, which I don't know.
The theory that often, like the thing that explains
Occam's razor.
No, the thing that explains the stupidest.
The simplest answer is yes.
The simplest answers often explains the most complex things.
This is definitely part of the plan. This is part of the strategy. And whether or not it actually is going to be helpful and actually put the U.S. in
Also, I was going to say,
we won't know.
I just want to say it's very rich that a day after Trump made those comments, Marco Rubio was also on the air talking about if the Iranians would have spent their money on healthcare and spent it on different things, serving their people, they would be in a very different position than they are now. And
imagine that.
Imagine
Let's play some Mad Libs with that.
Caleb Silver, always good to have you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Today